all, it's James here, and sorry I haven't been around for a couple weeks. I've had such a busy month doing other things, which is why both the videos this month are so late. But you are still going to be getting the same amount of videos that you would normally get. First of which is this video. Wow. I was actually originally planning on making a different video today, which I've now turned into a bit of a bigger project for next month. If you want to know what that is, then there's a link to my Twitter in the description. Please go follow me on there. I've actually been pretty active on Twitter recently. I'm trying to be more active on there. I'm sharing a lot of my thoughts about stuff, E3, all that sort of stuff. So because on Twitter you lot voted for me to postpone that video, today we're going to be taking a look at what is actually on my Switch. This is a video I've seen quite a few other Nintendo YouTubers do. It's very similar to what's in my bag or what's on my phone. At the moment, I'm pretty happy with what I've got on here. I am getting a new game Friday. You'll see an unboxing of that actually. So you can probably guess what that's gonna be. So today we're gonna go through every single game I have on my Switch, as well as the play times. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we're gonna go in order from least to most playtime. I don't know all the playtimes off the top of my head, but the ones that I do know I will tell you. So starting at the bottom we have the NES Switch Online game. I've never been bothered. Most of the NES games that I wanted to play, I played on my Wii U Virtual Console. And to be honest, I'd much rather just have the Virtual Console. So far they haven't added SNES games, Game Boy games, any other consoles other than NES games, which most people have played at this point. After that we have Tetris 99. It took me a while to understand what you even do in the game other than play Tetris, because the grey blocks kept stacking up. I didn't know what that was about at first. But honestly, I'd just rather have a normal version of Tetris to play. Tetris is fun, but I'm just not that big on having other people attack you while you play it. Next is Okami HD, which I really like Okami. At the HD version, I also have the regular version on the Wii. I just haven't really gotten around to playing a lot of it. And I really like this game, right? It's a Zelda style game. I love Zelda. It's got amazing art style and character design. I really don't know why I haven't played that much of it. I'm sure I will get around to that in the future. Next game is Cluster Truck, which is a really fun little game. Basically, you hop from one truck, you hop onto the next truck, and you keep going until you reach the goal. There's a bunch of different wacky obstacles, and it gets really hard actually. It's one of the most one more try sort of games that I've ever played, and it's pretty cheap as well. I think it's worth the money. Next up is Octodad Dadley's Catch, which is probably one of my favourite games of all time. I only bought this on Switch because it was on sale. I have it on Wii U, I played it on Wii U, I beat it on Wii U, I loved it on Wii U, and I wanted to play through it again, so I bought it on Switch. It took me like an hour to beat, because a lot of the length and the difficulty of the game just comes from how ridiculous the control scheme is. But when you're used to that, it's a lot quicker to get through. I might go to get all the ties if I want to, but at the moment I'm not really sure. Then we have Pokemon Quest. I played this when it came out. I actually got pretty into it, but I just sort of ditched it after a while. It's pretty fun though. This Pokemon Quest, what can I say? Gunman Clive HD Collection is a game that more people need to talk about. Got an amazing art style, amazing gameplay, amazing soundtrack. The difficulty is actually pretty high, and it's two amazing games for like £3.50. I don't know why this game isn't talked about more often, because that is one of the best deals on the Switch as far as I'm concerned. Enter the Gungeon was a game I spoke about in one of my game hauls. I got this because I already had it on Xbox, but I wanted it on Switch because it was on offer. Again, this is up there with some of my favourite games of all time, honestly. It's just so much fun. If I'm bored, I will just sometimes boot up this game to kill time. Honestly, it's so much fun. Next up, we have Fortnite. I don't really play Fortnite. Got into it for a while, but it's not particularly my thing. Like, it's okay, but nah, I guess. Cuphead on the other hand, mwah, this game is another game I talked about in one of my previous game hauls. Again, amazing visuals, amazing gameplay, the best soundtrack in all of gaming as far as I'm concerned. It's so much fun to play through. It's so satisfying every time you do something good. It's one of the most rewarding games on the Switch. Death Road to Canada is a game I didn't realize I played so much of. But yeah, this game is really fun. Basically, you have a certain amount of days to try and drive to Canada because it's a safe space from the zombies that you're trying to fight off. You meet different people throughout the game, you find different weapons, and it gets progressively harder as you get closer to Canada. I'm pretty sure I haven't actually got there yet. But one of my favorite things about this game is you can make yourself and people that you know, people you know from the internet or in real life or whatever, make whoever you want, and you can put them in the game. You can play as them, you can meet them on your journey. I made quite a lot of my friends in the game, and especially being able to play with your friends and then being able to meet others of your friends in the game is really, really cool. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is next. I think I've got about 10 hours in this. I haven't beat it yet. It's just the one-handed control scheme just bothers me. Of course, Sword and Shield is looking to fix that issue. I'm gonna be playing nothing else when that comes out. But for now, I really like Let's Go, but it's not the best. Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy is really good though. I have all the original 3 Crash Bandicoot games on my PS1. Then this came out for PS4. I really wanted to get that, but I didn't have a PS4. It got announced for Switch and I bought it in America. A lot of you probably saw that video of me going to the Nintendo New York store. I bought this game and I also bought the next game, Kirby Star Allies there, which I also did a review of quite a while ago. I think it was last year. My opinion has changed a bit since then. It's definitely a lot more worth it because there's a lot more content, but still it's just sort of a sort of game. I don't love it. Rocket League, I think I've spent about 35 hours in. This top row of games is the ones that I've really spent a lot of time with on Switch. A lot of time by my standards anyway. This game I got from my friend Owen for my birthday. He is really great at the game, he loves it. I'm still not great, but I really, really like the game. I haven't played it so much recently because I don't have Switch Online at the moment. That's getting fixed on Friday. I'm getting a year's subscription. Rocket League is just such a fun game. It really is. Next up is Stardew Valley, another one of my all-time favorites. This game is one of the most relaxing, rewarding games that there is. You build up your own farm, you get to meet all these different people and do all these different things. There's so much content in this game. There is a bit of a problem with it that sort of stops me from playing it now. As you progress throughout the game, basically everything just does itself for you. Basically what you work towards, you get all the materials for a different thing, and then that thing makes one of your jobs a lot easier, which means you've got one less job to do, and that keeps going on until you have no more jobs to do. The farm just runs itself. At that point you can go fishing, you can get more stuff from the mines, you can talk to people, you can decorate your house nicely, but once all that's done, you don't really have a lot to do in the game. Honestly though, the positives way outshine the negatives here. Stardew Valley is just such a fun time. Splatoon 2, I believe 40 hours or so. This is such a great improvement on the first one, I think. Remains to this day one of my favorite multiplayer games. Story mode's also great, Ultra Expansion is also great. There's so much to do in Splatoon 2, and at the end of the day, it's just a game that I keep wanting to come back to. Zelda Breath of the Wild, oh my god, that sequel trailer though. But no, this game I think I've got 55 hours or so in. It's genuinely a masterpiece, I think. I'm so happy it's getting a sequel. I love this game. It's so much fun. Normally I quite like a bit of linearity with games, but this game really showed me how great games can be without it. I love Breath of the Wild so much. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I mean, you've probably played it, so you don't need to hear my thoughts. I even made a video about it last year. Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey is it's the best. It's the best game. I love this game more than I can even say. I believe I'm approaching 100 hours in it. I'm also approaching getting all the moons. I'm probably gonna replay it soon because I just love it so much. And finally, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This is the only game I've got over 100 hours in because it's just so replayable. In fact, those 100 hours is without World of Light. I haven't even touched World of Light yet. I'm fully waiting until the day that I get completely bored of just regular Smash battles to start World of Light, because honestly this game could last me years. It could last me years on its own. I love Smash Bros. So much. It's the best series in my opinion, and this is the best installment of said best series. So those are all the games that I currently have for my Nintendo Switch. Please tell me what games you have in the comments below. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe down below. If you want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, they're linked in the description. I hope to see you all in the next video.